Hey guys, this week we got a special show for you. Today we're in front of the decoy factory in Larry Lang's backyard at his decoy shop. And we're going to show you how he makes these. He goes about them, he'll show you all the intricate details in them. And I'll tell you what, these are the greatest decoys that I've ever found to use. We use some in our spearing show and fish just love them. Larry's got tons of experience building these. He knows the ins and the outs of them, how to make them work, and he can build them from start to scratch in no time. Been to shows all over the state. He sells these decoys all over the world. In fact, he'll be at the gathering coming up in April 11th and 12th in Pearl, Minnesota here. And Larry knows the ins and outs when it comes to making spearing decoys and what makes those fish tick, what makes them want to come after these things. So we're going to go in there. He's going to give us a tutorial on how to make these, how to make them look pretty, and how to get the fish to come after them. So come on in, this is going to be a good one.
So I'm Uncle Larry Lang, and I've been making spearing decoys for about 3 years, so I think I've got down pat a little bit, you know. I probably make 600-700 a year. This is a wood burner. You can kind of control the heat on it. Normally I got a fan sucking this crap out of my boy, but and I used to make a working decoy, a decoy like this, red and white, silver and red, a couple, 3 different colors. That's when I started. And then here about 18-20 years ago, Roddy started with the gathering, a show in town we have in April. Now we got about a circuit where we got one in Park Rapids, one in Little Falls, one in Ellick, one in and the gathering is the biggest one in Perm here. And then it's contests. So then I started, like these fish I got hanging around, I started making a realistic looking fish, you know, to compete. Else, normally I didn't make this, I call it a high-end fish, because a lot of times they'll pay $50, $75, $100 for them, and you wouldn't go take that and stick it down the hole, have a northern come and hit it. Well, I'm making a sunfish here. It's made out of white pine, the wood. And I had this one sawed out, and now I'm burning in scales and lateral line and all that. I got this wood burner that's got a scale tip on it. White pine is probably one of the best to use, white pine or cedar, because it seems like it doesn't absorb the water that well, you know, it holds up better. And all this does is burns in. As quick as I get this done here, I'll burn in some scales. I'll show you. I'm just like a dentist. I just got a different. Well, this is scale tip. I got maybe five, 6 different size for scales. Most of the time I got a little suction fan here. It sucks the smoke away, but it's I can't show you and use that at the same time, so. You do this on the whole fish, scale it. Then we cut our fins. I got a hydraulic air over hydraulic press to press out the average and normal fins, but some of these specialty ones I got to cut by hand. These are aluminum. I'm just kind of doing this a little ahead of schedule here. Now this is the string tie. I drilled 2 holes right into the lead pocket. And this here is, all this is made out of is a wire. If I can get it in. And then what happens, you bend this in over like this, and then when you pour the lead, that pours right into the lead, so it can't come out. And these I punch holes in, and that's poured into the lead. I don't know what's going to happen down the road and make us quit using lead, but you got to have something to sink it. That's the fins on it. Most of the time, I'm a little ahead of myself here. I'll grind grooves in here for the fin raise. And then after I get them made, I prime them. First I use a shellac. A shellac in a 1/3 alcohol and 2/3 shellac, and I go over them with shellac. Let it dry. The alcohol makes it dry faster. And then after they've dried, and I test them, and if they set in the water level, swim, then I use Bondo to fill the lead pocket, and then I prime them with a primer. It's a Rust-Oleum primer. I give them about 2 coats of primer. Then, after they're set up, we use these little air brushes. This is a Pache, single action. You get double action. what I do is then I use taxidermist paint. It's like this here is pumpkin for sunfish and stuff, and these are the taxidermists use these to paint the replicas of the mounts, and it's a water-based paint. Really, here is the one that's been sealed and Bondo on the bottom. This is ready to be primed. What else should I show you? Well, here last week on an orange one, like similar to this one here, 21 pounder came off of it on a local lake around Perm, and a 13 pounder came, and a 12, all in 1 week.
Tune in next week right here on TV3 as we take some of Larry Lang's tips, tricks, and a few decoys out on the ice in an attempt to spear northern of our own right here on Lakes TV3.